Let me get very direct with you. Some of the most powerful tech leaders are warning us about the same thing. In the next 1 to 5 years, AI could automate a massive number of jobs.
So white-collar work, most of those tasks will be fully automated by an AI within the next 12 to 18 months.
I'm a little bit more worried about the labor impact simply because it's happening so fast that yes, people will adapt, but they may not adapt fast enough.
And I can easily imagine a world where 30–40% of the tasks that happen in the economy today get done by AI in the not very distant future.
If that's true, then something important changes. The old path to wealth, like one stable job, slow promotions, trading time for money, that path is getting smaller and weaker. So what does it actually mean for regular people like you and me? Well, it means that we're standing in a very critical moment, a short window. A window where we still have time to adjust, to pivot, and to build wealth before the rules fully change. If it's the first time here, hi, I'm Yidan. I used to be an HR director and oversaw hiring, staffing, and talent placement across companies in many industries like tech, energy, manufacturing, and retail. And for years, I watched the job market change in real time, like roles disappearing, expectations rising, people working harder but feeling less secure. And after I reached financial freedom in my early 30s, I shifted my focus and became a personal finance educator. And honestly, this is the video I'm most passionate about on this channel so far because I truly believe that the next 5 years are not normal years. We're living through a moment in history where our lives and our financial futures will be permanently reshaped. And if you position yourself correctly, if you move at the right time, this period can allow you to build wealth in ways that would have felt impossible in the past. And this video is here to help you do exactly that, to understand what is happening, to see the opportunities clearly, and to help you take action before this window closes. So here's what we're going to cover in this video. First, we'll look at what's happening right now in the job market and what's likely coming next as AI moves deeper into the workplace. Then, in the second part, we'll get very practical. I'll walk you through some realistic ways that ordinary people can build serious personal wealth before AI automates a huge number of jobs. This isn't a theory, it's about what you can do now while timing is still on your side. Okay, let's get into it. In 2025, private sector layoffs in the US exceeded 1.1 million, the highest since year 2020. But here's the interesting part. According to a consulting firm, AI was responsible for only about 55,000 of those layoffs. That's only around 5% of the total. So it seems like that while AI is starting to have an impact, we're not seeing massive, widespread job losses directly from AI just yet. It looks like that right now, AI is doing more to boost productivity and change the way we work than to actually eliminate jobs. For example, in finance, AI can scan thousands of documents in seconds, so analysts can focus on making decisions. In marketing, it drafts posts so teams can focus on creativity. In customer service, chatbots handle the simple questions, leaving humans to tackle the tricky stuff. So far, it doesn't look too bad. There's no overwhelming data yet showing that AI has caused massive layoffs across the entire economy. And that leads to a dangerous question. Does this mean that we're fine? Can we just keep doing what we've always done and expect the future to work out? In my opinion, again, it's just what I think. The answer is no. And this isn't just talk. Cisco, another big tech player, has already built a product using 100% AI-generated code, not a single line written by a human. By the end of 2026, they expect many more products to be built the same way. At Spotify, some of their best developers haven't written a single line of code in months. Walmart is using AI and robotics in its distribution centers, with some facilities up to 98% automated using AI-driven systems. These are just a small fraction of how companies are already using AI to speed things up. And the reason is simple. AI is faster. It works 24/7. It doesn't get tired. It doesn't sue. And speaking as someone who spent way too much time in HR, it also doesn't do office politics. No drama, no per my last email. And is often more reliable than human beings and makes far less mistakes. And on top of that, it's way cheaper. What used to be a $10,000 skill is now a $20 per month tool. So the next big question becomes, are we stepping into a long-term phase of human plus AI working together? Is this collaboration a destination Or is this collaboration just a bridge to something else? My take is this: the low number of AI-related layoffs in 2025 does not mean that jobs are safe long-term. It mostly means that we're still early in the transition. Here's why. First, AI replaces tasks before it replaces jobs. Right now, AI is very good at things like drafting, analyzing, summarizing, writing small pieces of code, and answering routine questions. But it still struggles with accountability, contacts across a longer period like months or years, and it still struggles with cross-team coordination, judgment, under uncertainty, and human trust. So companies quietly remove tasks, not people, at least not yet. Second, companies often hide AI-driven job reductions. Yes, reports say fewer than 5% of layoffs are directly blamed on AI. But ask yourself this: are we sure that this number is accurate? I doubt it. Many companies don't openly say we're cutting jobs because of AI. They label cuts as cost optimization, reorgs, hiring freezes, or efficiency improvements because it sounds less scary. It avoids legal and PR risks. And sometimes AI isn't the only reason. It's just the biggest one in the background. What's really happening is this: AI allows the same amount of work to be done with fewer people. So companies slow hiring, combine roles, or quietly don't backfill positions when someone leaves. On paper, it looks like a normal business decision. In reality, AI is doing more of the work. That's why the official numbers often understate AI's real impact. Third, even when AI can do the work, companies move slowly at first. Legal teams worry about liability, systems are not fully integrated yet. But once workflows are redesigned around AI, humans are no longer essential for many roles. That's the real shift. So here's a possible timeline. Not a prediction, just a scenario based on what we see today. Right now, from about 2024 to 2026, job titles stay the same, but fewer people are needed. Hiring slows, expectations rise, everyone is told to do more with less. Next, from 2027 to 2030, entire roles get redesigned or eliminated. Entry-level jobs shrink, middle management thins out, output stays the same or even grows with fewer humans. Later, after 2030, AI runs many workflows end-to-end. Humans focus on ownership, direction, expectations, and trust-based roles. Some jobs disappear entirely. New ones appear, but far fewer than the ones lost. So should people panic? No. But should people prepare? Absolutely. And that's exactly why this video matters. So how do you prepare for this? It starts with a mental shift. AI is compressing time. Changes that used to take decades are now happening in just a few years. We've seen this before, just slower. Think about the internet. In the early 1990s, it was mostly for universities and the government. It took almost 10 years before it became part of our daily life around 2000. Then came mobile. The first iPhone was launched in 2007. The App Store followed in 2008. By 2011 or 2012, smartphones and apps were already essential. That shift took about 4 to 5 years. Now look at AI. Once an AI model is built, serving one person or 100 million people costs almost the same. Distribution is global from day one. OpenAI released ChatGPT to the public in late 2022. Within a year, it was already being used by millions of people in everyday life. That speed is new. So what does this mean for us? Your life gets cheaper, faster, and more efficient. Writing help means emails, resumes, and schoolwork gets done in minutes instead of hours. Planning help means meals, trips, and budgets without hiring experts. Learning help means that tutoring and explanations at almost zero cost. Before, these things require time, money, or professional help. Now, almost anyone can access them instantly. That's a net win for regular people. The real risk isn't AI. The real risk is doing nothing. This is no different from people who never learned how to use computers in the 2000s or people who avoided emails and spreadsheets and slowly got left behind. AI is the next version of that shift, just much faster. And that's why acting early matters. Because early on, AI gives you leverage. Later on, AI becomes the baseline. This is a phase where small actions compound quickly, and the people who benefit the most won't be the ones who wait for certainty. They'll be the ones who moved while things still felt unclear. Once you make that mental shift, the next step is action. And that action is becoming AI augmented in your own field. Most jobs won't vanish overnight, they will change. So be the person who understands how to use AI safely, who knows where it works and where it fails, who knows how to plug it into real workflows. That actually makes you harder to replace, not easier. At the bare minimum, learn how to use AI in your current role. Use it for bookkeeping, data analysis, writing, building simple websites, and automating repetitive tasks. You become faster, more consistent, and more reliable. If you can go one step further, aim for the decision-making role. Be the person who signs off, the person who owns the outcome. That's where humans still have an edge. Why? Because at the end of the day, accountability still matters. AI takes over the boring parts. Human keeps the decision-making, the judgment, and the responsibility, and that makes you more valuable. And I believe that people who adapt stay employable much longer than the headline suggests. Before we move on, if you've made it this far, you're probably someone who actually cares about your financial future. So if this is useful to you, please like and subscribe. I post videos every week about money, career strategy, and how people can build wealth during big shifts like this. Alright, let's keep going. The first two steps keep you stay relevant. The third determines whether you actually build long-term wealth. This is where financial outcomes really change, and it is to understand that wealth is shifting from time for money to ownership. Income still matters, a job is still useful, but going forward, I think it's safer to assume two things. First, income will be less predictable. And second, career path will be less linear. So relying 100% on salary is risky. And even if you stay employed, there's another problem. Over the past 10 years, average salaries in the US have grown about 3 to 4% a year. That barely keeps up with inflation. So this isn't about there might not be a job for you. Even if your job exists, the real wealth is moving elsewhere. Where? From trading hours for money to owning assets. Over the past decade, assets have grown much faster than wages. For example, from early 2016 to early 2026, the S&P 500 delivered roughly 11 to 14% annualized returns. Gold returned about 14 to 15% per year, and Bitcoin grew by more than 100 times over the same period. All of these far outpaced the average salary growth. Of course, past performance is not indicative of future results, and this video is just for educational purposes only and not for investment advice, just my personal view. But wealth is shifting from time for money to ownership. AI rewards people who own things like equity, platforms, intellectual property, systems, not just people who sell their time. And the value of assets tends to grow much faster than wages. That's why equity exposure matters. And this can be as simple as investing regularly in a broad market index fund, because AI doesn't erase compounding. So automate your investing. Treat it like a bill you pay every month. And as your income grows, increase your contributions. There are also other kinds of ownership, like cryptocurrency, gold, real estate, even your own IP, your own brand, your own systems or businesses. AI makes one-person businesses possible in ways that didn't exist a few years ago, like software, digital products, automated services, tools that a single person can create and scale without relying on a big team. Those are all income streams that scale without being tied directly to your hours. While ownership looks different for different people, I'm definitely not saying that everyone should become a unicorn startup founder, but maybe just start to think beyond salary. The key is to own something that grows over time instead of selling your hours alone. So let's zoom out. This is really about positioning. AI is accelerating the gap in outcomes, not because wealth is disappearing, but because the biggest gains go to the people who position themselves early. This is still a moment of opportunity for people who stay curious, who keep learning, and who take small, steady steps in the right direction. If you do that, AI doesn't replace you. It amplifies you. If you enjoyed this video, you'll probably like this one as well. I'll see you there.